my girl to just sit depressed in the room, just staring at the wall. Lord Jesus. Hello, everyone. My name is Ashani.
My name's Renee.
And we are
the Book Aunties.
So today we will be talking about tropes in books we can't stand. And as OG readers, it's love triangles.
Should we go with the good or the bad first?
Let's talk about the good.
The good. Okay, let me move this over here because
it's serious.
Here we go. The good ones. Yes.
We have two heavy hitters.
The OGs. With the original covers. And look at that. Anyway.
Now, depending on how old you are, you were here for the absolute typhoon of marketing for Team Jacob
and Team Edward.
This changed lives. It was in every parody, every TV show.
This thing ruined friendships.
It was marketed in from food to like clothing. Like, she changed the game with this one. Comedians, singers, late night talk show hosts. This was everywhere. Team Edward or Team Jacob was everywhere.
The amount of babies that were born that year with the name Jacob and Edward.
This was pivotal. This was life-changing. It changed the game for the way fantasy romanticities were written.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying it's the best book in the world. I know we all have our issues with Stephanie. But this?
Great trope. Fantastic. This? Fantastic trope. Okay? Makes sense.
This is written so well that you actually like Tamlin. I'm not going to spoil it if you never read it, but you actually will create a good argument.
On the first one. You like him on the first one. You may change your mind after, but yeah.
He's kind of...
He's still likable. But you don't hate him.
Kind of like Jacob. Because Jacob was so likable for a long time. It was the last book that messed everybody up. We were like, you imprinting on baby stuff?
Yeah. that threw me for a loop. Like, Stephanie? what was going on there?
That's a Stephanie issue. That's not. Right. So, the other guy's doing some weird stuff. But first of all, you was Team Jacob regardless. You just let that slide. I know plenty of girls who are Team Tamlin. Tamlin is a tortured soul. He just went about it the wrong way and did terrible. Jacob, also amazing. Ride or die for Bella. He bites your damn head off for this girl. Mm-hmm. Okay. Plus, Taylor Lautner in the movies just amplified it. Amplified it. And don't forget, Edward left my girl. He left my girl to just sit depressed in the room, just staring at the wall. Lord Jesus.
She's like over there, like trying to like get him to come back and doing all these these things, like the dangerous things. And you know what? Jacob was there for her.
Right. So love triangles, I have to say, written well with two males that have character, they have personality, they have depth, they're likable, they're charming, they're fine as hell.
Sarah J. Maas.
Because
Stephanie Meyers.
You genuinely like both guys. Even if the one that's not supposed to be with the person is a little questionable, like, you can make an argument. Like, a good argument. There is enough room to work with.
I think it's because, like, in Twilight and A Court of Thorns and Roses, they got their own books. The second characters, like Jacob had New Moon. New Moon was him. A Court of Thorns and Roses, Tamlin is A Court of Thorns and Roses. They had their own books, so they were able to build.
That is a great way to do that, because these two authors realized, hey, I am going to go with a love triangle, but I want it to make sense. I want it to be meaningful, and I want it to actually like pull at the heartstrings of the readers, of the audience. So they do have their own book. Jacob does have New Moon. They go into plenty of depth about him, and Tamlin has the first book, and they go into plenty of depth about Tamlin. Here's the whole book. Between him and Reese, like, that dynamic is absolutely diabolical. Because when you think about it,
they really are enemies.
They're the biggest ops on the planet. They used to be best friends. I'm not going to ruin the book. They used to be best friends, and then just absolute crap happened. I have to say, this was a love triangle written well. It actually throws you for a loop the way this is written. Again, if you haven't read it, I'm not going to spoil it.
Yes.
Very good.
This one, vampires and werewolves, obviously enemies.
OGs.
And like territory crossings, like, you know, original Bloods and Crips back then.
Basically. So these are written well. These are love triangles written well. Even if you're not a love triangle girly, I know some of us aren't. Me myself, I also grew out of it.
Okay, now that we're talking about the bad, here's the bad.
This one is a love triangle for Cash. I apologize to you, Alex. I'm sure you're a lovely person. What the hell is Oro? He's an empty. The thing that everybody gets mad about
vessel.
Perfect. He's an empty vessel. He's a placeholder. You're trying to make him so important, but he's a placeholder. I don't even know Oro's favorite color. I don't know Oro's favorite food. I don't know Oro's backstory. I don't know why Oro even likes Isla. Like, what does he like the way her voice sounds? Does he like the way she's so headstrong in personality? Does
she like the way that she bit his hand?
There is no connection. It's literally just, you can tell Alex just put them together for love triangle purposes.
You even pointed out in the book, Isla even said, I didn't even know you liked me.
She says those exact words, and I agree. There's no actions that, even words,
I had the same thought as her,
matching why they would be together. And the reason why I'm saying this is compare Oro to the other person in the love triangle, which is Grimm. The amount of in-depthness that we get with Grimm, his backstory, his lineage, his home, the way he feels about Isla, the dates he took her on, how he sacrificed everything for her. We get so much Grimm in here. It's quite obvious who the winner is. And this is why we feel like it's doesn't make sense why this unfortunate love triangle is being dragged out for 3 books, and actually will be dragged out for 5 because the author changed her mind from a trilogy to a 5-parter.
To 5 books.
But in my opinion,
it's no question. It's Grimm. It's Grimm.
We all know it's Grimm. And Oro, I wish, was just likable. I know it could be Grimm regardless. Make him likable. He's not likable.
I thought he was an old man.
He's bland. He's bland. He's bland. There's just nothing spicy. There's no razzle dazzle. There's nothing about him that is intriguing. If you are Team Oro, I want to know why. And I'm not even trying to be mean. What about him is like, oh my god, they should be together. What?
Yes.
Because the author just stuck them together?
Just because you like how he looks like in the pictures?
Honestly, I was very disappointed that Oro didn't have a good personality, because he's fine as hell, but he's boring.
I know nothing about him. Sorry, but no,
And unfortunately, it makes our female MC look stupid. Because what about Oro is pulling you? Like, it's so hard to make a decision. Yes. There's again, as the reader, we know nothing about Oro. We just know that they like each other. Whereas with Grimm, we have this whole extensive list and backstory.
We have a history together and everything. And that's just, I feel like with Oro, she just selected Oro just because
he's there.
He's convenient, and he hasn't lied to her.
Very empty. Very, very empty. And when we compare them to the two we do like, remember what we said. Both Tamlin and Jacob get their whole own books. We know these men inside and out. I don't know anything about Oro. He's bland. He's just there. I just know people don't like him. I don't like him either, so I'm on their side. He's boring.
Yep.
He's boring.
Very boring. Now another one we have, The Cruel Prince, okay? I read this one, and I know a lot of people have said that
it's more political.
It's more political, yes.
Not really supposed to be read as a romantasy.
But they do try to get a little bit of the trope in here, but it's so insignificant to me that I forgot what the guy's name was. Basically, it's kind of messed up, this trope. Like, first of all, it's one of Cardin's best friends falls in love with Jude, but he's actually testing Jude's twin sister, and the sister actually goes for it to see like if they love each other. It's just kind of messed up.
From
But-
my understanding, it's marketed as a romantasy,
Yes.
but the reason why this gets such poor reviews is because of that messy ass plot and more politics. It's dry.
It's really dry.
It's not a fun read. Everybody I know who's read it does not enjoy it. Those who go into it without thinking romantasy love
You might
it
like it, yeah.
because it's politics. And, you know, it's
The magic system is great.
wonderful magic system.
Great magic
Wonderful.
system.
Listen, I love me a good magic system now. It's got to make sense.
But if you're gonna tell me that this is about romance, I was not expecting the romance, the love triangle going on. I don't understand it. Did not make any sense to me. I understood this one more actually. But
Right. And this also has a brilliant magic system, but unfortunately it was overshadowed by a shitty love triangle.
Yes.
You like love triangles?
But if you do not make that love triangle
make sense,
I will be DNFing it. I will not F it. I will not F it. I will DNF it.
These were effed pretty hard, if you can say.